Alright, I'm not gonna waste your time anymore. I'm gonna get straight into the video. Alright, quote number 1. I love this quote. I learned it recently and it's just, it's absolute gold. And it goes as, "We need to be reminded more than we need to be taught," by Alex Hormoz. I read it first time, I was like, oh shit, he's completely right. That is true, right? Especially in the self-improvement space, you know, we're always like, oh, we need to learn more, we need to get more books, we need to do this and do that. And the thing is that we don't need to learn more, and that's just people in general, honestly. We don't need to learn more. There's always people like, oh, I need to buy this course, I need to get a mentor, I need to read more books, I need to spend money on this, I need to spend money on that. And the problem is that we just don't take action. But also another thing is too that we can retain like an amazing piece of information, but we'll immediately forget it, and then we won't remember how to implement it. Of course, like you might get, okay, so to do biceps, do this exercise and do it this way. I'm like, oh wait, that makes so much sense, why don't I do it? And then you go home, then you get distracted, you start making dinner, watching TV or whatever, and then you completely don't even remember what you fucking learned, right? So the quote, "We need to be reminded more than we need to be taught," is such an amazing quote, especially for entrepreneurs, especially for people like me who want to, you know, become successful and create a business and stuff. And it's so true. Like, it's absolutely so true. If you were reminded of like the best advice ever, you would become successful. There's no doubt. If you rewatched the same video about business advice hundreds of times, you would remember and you would implement it. You would implement that information that you retained, obviously, right? Instead of just watching 100 videos of hundreds of different pieces of business advice, then never watching them again, you won't retain that information. You just need to be reminded. In this day and age, we see more information than our ancestors could even imagine to see. You see a lot, but you don't attain a lot. You need to be reminded of what you've already seen, especially the fundamentals. You learn by repetition. Carve it into your mind. And to go with that, I usually reread How to Win Friends and Influence People. If you've never seen the book, this is the book. It's an amazing book. Believe me, it has amazing advice in it. I've even highlighted some pages here and there and stuff for sales, for just making friends, influencing people and stuff. Amazing book. And I got it because I was selling snacks at school. I wanted to read it, you know, to sell more snacks at school and stuff. And it worked. Believe me, the first like week after reading the whole book, I implemented most of the advice in there, but I forgot some of it. And I was making sales. I was making money. I was making a lot of money, like 20 bucks a day. Oh man, it was amazing. But after a few weeks, I started to forget the advice that I got. You know, obviously I still retained the tactics that I use most, but most of the advice in here I started to forget. So I saw my sales go down. I was like, okay, why am I not selling as many snacks as I should? Like, I want to sell more snacks, and now I'm down to $10 a day. Like, what's happening? So I just decided to come back and reread the book, and my sales skyrocketed again. They went up to $30 a day in snacks, like profit, not profit, but in sales. Like, I went from 20 from when I first started reading the book, like the first week, to 10 after a few weeks after reading the book, then up to 30 after rereading the book for about like 2 times. And I was like, whoa, that makes so much sense, because we need to be reminded more than we need to be taught. Okay, Julian, so how do I use this? How do I like retain the knowledge that I have? And what I suggest you do, and this is what I do. Obviously, as you can see, I have my goals right there. I have some stuff over here. I also have the whiteboard. Oh god, 1 second, sorry. I also have the whiteboard over there. There's some goals and stuff there. It's kind of covered, but it's a reminder. That's like every time I look over there, I see like, what would happen to do? Have no fear, make $1,000 in business. It's just reminders. I suggest you put the advice or knowledge somewhere where you'll see it every day. So let's say, for example, you sit on your desk every day, put it on the side of your monitor, a sticky note, like, okay, do this after you do this, or do this when you're editing, or whatever it is, or like reminder to kick this certain way when you're playing football or soccer for my American people, which I just call it football. But anyways, say it every day. Like, reread books that you love the advice from. I mean, obviously, you know, you should just be reading in general as a hobby, which is great for your intelligence, but just reread books. I reread this book about 3-4 times, and I haven't still retained everything on it, but it's an amazing book. I love reading it, and the more I read it, the more the advice in it is engraved in my mind. And say, for example, okay, what if you watch a video and then you love the advice in there? Rewatch that video hundreds of times if you want to. Put it on in the background. Put it on when you're going to work, or put it on when you're going to the gym, or just like sit there and just watch the video again. Believe me, I've done that, and it's an amazing tactic to just retain the information that you learned. I'll be right back. I need water, bro. Go to the bathroom in the process. Be right back. What just happened to me, bro? I was taking a piss, right? And I was gonna text my editor, and my phone almost fucking fell in the toilet. I swear to God, I fucking panicked. But anyways, alright, so my second quote. The quality of your mind is determined by the quality of your thoughts, by Marcus Aurelius. Let me just read the little introduction I have right here. You are made up of your surroundings, your thoughts, and the people around you. If you live in a hostile area, you're going to be hesitant about leaving the home or putting things outside. Obviously, right? If you live like in the hood, there's a lot of gunshots, a lot of gang violence, you're gonna be hesitant about leaving the home, about leaving your car outside, or maybe, putting out a chair on the patio, or I don't know, a plant or something, or I don't know, something valuable, maybe like a grill or something else. Your environment really dictates the quality of your thoughts. So if you want to have better thoughts, surround yourself with people who you want to become as well. So like if you want to become successful, surround yourself with successful people. If you want to become a basketball player, surround yourself with people who play basketball and who are really good at basketball. That way you can become them. You are the average of the 5 people you spend time with. And also the things you see. Consume content that you would like to consume. If you want to become a basketball player, you're going to consume content on like how to dribble like this. I found this new technique on how to dribble like this. There's this new trick, or like you can dunk like this. Consume content of the person you want to become, because that will influence your thoughts. Then your thoughts will influence the quality of your mind. So the better thoughts and the better content you consume, the better food you consume, the better the people you're with. Like you will literally become a fantastic person, believe me. 1 second. I thought there was like 2 cars coming in, but anyways. And just as a little story, just to kind of relate to this, I am leaving home to go live with my uncle because my parents think making YouTube videos and making a business is not right, especially for someone for my age, who's 17. So I am changing my environment completely just to succeed. I made a whole video on this if you want to go check that out. It's right here. But the thing is that your environment really does dictate who you are. And that's why I'm changing my environment. My parents don't believe in me and stuff. So I'm changing my environment. I'm leaving home. I'm going to go with my uncle. I don't really think a lot of people can relate to that, but I'm changing my environment completely because I need to change the quality of my thoughts. I'm gonna surround myself in the ideal environment that I want to be in. I want to like make my room kind of like greeny, like naturey and stuff. Like maybe put like some lights and like the leaves, like the plastic leaves and stuff. I know that might sound girly, but I feel like that's my ideal environment, and I feel like I'd feel free and I'd feel fresh in that environment. That way my thoughts can be clear and amazing, if you get what I mean. You might be asking, okay, Julian, so how do I change my surroundings? Okay, if you say the quality of your thoughts are to determine the quality of your mind, how do I increase the quality of my thoughts? Change your surroundings, big or small, whatever it be. Maybe like, I don't know, painting the wall, or maybe just like changing things, cleaning up your room. That's the big or small, it doesn't really matter. And the people you surround yourself. So if you surround yourself with people with like crackheads, you're gonna become a crackhead. Literally, you're gonna become a crackhead because they're gonna influence you to want to do stuff. So change the people and change your environment. Like ideally your room, because that's where you spend the most time in. If you want to become successful, surround yourself with successful people. If you want to have a clear mind, clean up your room. Kind of like that. Anyways, I hope that helped a lot. Those are like 2 of my favorite quotes. I really love them. So yeah, anyways, I'll let you go. Remember, never stop proving yourselves.